Yeah. Thanks, Joe Biden. Okay, my inner dad joke just couldn't let this one go. I'm in the town of Hoosick Country Store. So I couldn't help but think like, who's sick? You sick? I'm not sick. Stay away from me if you're sick. Okay, so I made it to Cambridge, New York, and I have no cell service whatsoever. I can't even make a phone call. And I was gonna plan on trying to find a place to sleep, maybe get a hotel or a campsite, but I can't even look anything up. So I'm gonna have to do it old school. Walk around town and talk to people. It's not the worst thing in the world. So here I go. Grassroots, baby. Okay, update from the streets. The lady at the thrift store says Verizon sucks and doesn't work in this town. But there's a couple good I almost said RMB. There's a couple good Airbnb options, and there's a motel down the road. It's really hot here, so if I can find a place that has service, maybe I'll book the Airbnb. Let's see. All right, quick update from Cambridge, New York. Cambridge is I've never been through this town before, but it's a little bit of a weathered, rundown town, like many towns that I know in New Jersey and many places in America. The Wi-Fi is horrible here. I just drove around for like an hour and a half trying to get a signal. I couldn't use Google Maps. I couldn't look up a place to stay. Couldn't even access Airbnb, so I stopped and I talked to some people, and the guy at the liquor store told me go to the library. Came to the library. I was here at like 1:15, 1:20, but it didn't open until 2. So I waited till 2, got into the library, found a sweet Airbnb spot up on at a campsite, a small little tiny cabin. Looks pretty sweet, and I negotiated with the lady. Told her I was in town for one night. Traveling folk singer. In the same vein as Woody Guthrie. So she gave me like $30 off if I paid cash. I'll take it. Thank you, public library. Okay, sometimes you just step in shit in life and you get lucky. So, freaked out a little bit in town. 2 hours driving around, no Wi-Fi. Public library, got through on the phone, talked to Mancy, her and her husband, both from Jersey. So we have the Jersey connection. Bought this place in December, this campsite. And it's got 2 cabins. Look at these little cabins. Are you kidding me? And pro tip, always negotiate. I said, hey, I'm a traveling musician. Price is a little steep for me. Can we work something out? And I saved $40 just by paying with cash and, you know, just talking. Just always negotiate. And it's about to storm here, so would have sucked being in a tent. Winning. Look at this. This could sleep like 2 small beds, a loft bed, and is that a full? We could have had a party in here. Oh, I love it. You guys, you have no idea how stoked I am about this. And it's super like muggy and warm out. I would have sucked to camp tonight. Amazing. Life is good. Isn't it crazy how the earth just cools itself down? Not all the time, but when it does happen, it's nice. It was something so familiar, like I've been there before, rolling through my mind like coffee cups on my car floor. And the heat, it started rising, too hot to sustain. And I was the blistering pavement, and you were summer rain. And it's so wild, you can't confine it. And oh child, there's no words to define it, but you're gonna know it when and if you find it. Slight rainbow over there. Oh, a quarter rainbow. Let's see if it clears up here. Oh, we might get a good shot right here. Let's see. Rainbow? Not really. Look at this beautiful venue. So this is downtown Cambridge. They got these old railroad tracks, and the place I played last night is this beautiful building that used to be a train station that they've converted into a brewery slash music venue. And now I'm doing what all sensible musicians do the morning after a beautiful evening. You gotta go to the diner. Hell yeah. Okay, I made it to the final stop, which is Easthampton, Massachusetts. I'm killing some time up at Mount Tom State Reservation Park. Beautiful. Found a little bench, a little free campsite. It's pretty sweet. I just want to say how cool last night was. Just a quick recap, how grateful and sometimes how cool these type of excursions can be. I played down at this beautiful room, and it wasn't that full. There was a small group of people that were very attentive and listening. Two of the people there were the owners of the campsite where I got that sweet cabin. They were the owners, and they came down and caught the second half of the set. And then they asked me if I'd be interested in playing some songs in the morning at the gathering hall where people went and got coffee and donuts in the morning on the campsite. And I said yes, and I was probably, it's pretty early to play after being out and having a few drinks. I got down there, there was like 40 people, 50 people, and they just listened, and I played about a 35, 40-minute set. So totally acoustic, totally not scheduled, just spontaneous and beautiful and rewarding. And I'm sure I'll do it again down the road. It really was cool. It reminded me how communal music can be and how kind people can be. People of all walks of life, different ages, I don't know. It really made the tour for me. It was already great, but it took it to a new level. One more show tonight. Just a few other thoughts about this tour. You know, I played at Rockwood Music Hall in New York City the first night, and before me there was two girls who were playing the BMI acoustic lounge, and they definitely had like a certain look. They were definitely in their young 20s, and there was definitely a certain amount of management and money and support behind them, and they were definitely talented, no doubt. But like with me, like even last night playing in Cambridge, New York for the first time, like I made like nice connections with a small group of people, and the goal is next time you come back that hopefully they come back, and maybe they bring a few friends, and maybe some of the people from that campsite bring a few friends. And it's just like, there is no money behind this shit, man. There's no PR team, there's no management. It's a dude driving around in a CRV. That's the machine behind it, and there's something really beautiful about that. I don't know. You always want more, you always strive for more, but you gotta really appreciate, you know, like, you gotta believe in your shit, you gotta believe in your songs. And like even the guy who books the show last night in this beautiful space, I could tell he liked the songs. So for me, that's a win. It'd be one thing if he was like, oh shit, this guy's not good, well, he's not coming back. But you just gotta get the one new believer at a time, and the small victories. Okay, one more thought. Afterwards, I went down to the local bar and grill, and there was a ton of people there, just binge drinking and playing cornhole out back, listening to country music. And like I was down the road in this beautiful space, drinking these, you know, these really delicious beers made at this brewery, playing original songs. But you know, it's like, it's a lot easier to drink beer and down the road at the tavern and play cornhole and listen to the jukebox than it is to go and listen to new music. It takes energy to some degree. It takes attentiveness to listen to original songwriters, and it's not, some people may never do it. Some people may spend their whole life listening to the same top 40 stuff or whatever's being pumped out, or maybe the stuff they listened to when they were young and they just stick with it. A very specific type of person or taste is interested in, like a singer-songwriter, you know, even if it's it doesn't have to be folk music, it could be any type of music, new bands who are writing original stuff. It takes a certain level of attentiveness and openness and desire to immerse yourself in new art. And a lot of people may never do it, and that's okay. But for the ones that do, it can be rewarding for both people.
You crossed the threshold when the call to action came, in a sky that's full of fire, ice water in your vein. Boy, you better change your pace, the train is down the track. If you got it, better use it. Once it's gone, you never get it back. And it gets uncomfortable, and you gotta shed your skin if you plan to make it out this stagnant state you're in. All the clothes that they pass down never fit your style. Well, of course it's hard as hell, nothing easy ever is worthwhile. When the road is dark and the night is long, way that you